He's authored several books on topics such as creative, healthy relationships, and effective leadership. In 2010, Mr. Fredenburg created the Circle of Change Leadership Conference, an award-winning annual leadership development conference for college students that provides emerging and seasoned leaders with the skills, resource, access, and opportunity to learn from more than 70 leaders each year, from executives within various companies and organizations like Columbia Pictures, Disney, and Coca-Cola, just to name a few. He also mentors and coaches student leaders throughout the country, writes a popular monthly newsletter on issues that revolve around leadership, career and relationship success, and serves on the board of directors for the Low Swan Leadership Center at California State University, Long Beach. He received an award from the Young Professional Urban League of Los Angeles for his work with college students and has been featured as a television expert on numerous local and national talk shows. Mr. Fredenburg holds a Bachelor of Arts degree in Communication Studies from California State University, Long Beach, a master's degree in Organizational Leadership from Biola University, and he is currently pursuing a PhD in Organizational Leadership at Nova Southeastern College. Please join me in welcoming Joshua Fredenburg.
I want to begin, first of all, by saying it's an honor and it's a pleasure to be here today. I'm excited, I'm exuberant. I am absolutely just pumped up at the fact that we're here to celebrate these incredible graduates. Can we give them a round of applause? Awesome. So good to be here today. Now, before we get started, I'm going to ask you to do me a favor. I'm going to ask you if you can look to your neighbor, look your neighbor straight in the eyes, and tell them you are here for an incredible moment. Now what I want you to do, I want you to look to your other neighbor, look them dead in the eyes, and tell them you will never forget this moment. And then lastly, what I want you to do really quickly, can we give these leaders as well as these graduates a big round of applause? Awesome. So I'm going to get ready to take you on a journey. It was several years ago when an individual by the name of Malcolm X said, and I quote, "Education is the passport for the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare." In essence, what he was saying was this. He was saying that education not only positions us for a positive future, but more importantly, education prepares us to change the world. In essence, without being educated, Steve Jobs would have never created Apple and changed the world. Without being educated in television, Oprah Winfrey would have never been this great talk show host and changed the world. Without education of Gandhi and the nonviolent movement, Dr. King would have never made an impact with the civil rights movement. Without being educated, Malala, and I can't presume her last name, would not have been the great advocate that she is today on education. Without being educated in music, Beethoven would have never made the impact that he made through music. In essence, what we discover that it takes an education in order to make an impact in our community, our nation, and our world. And the amazing thing about this reality is as I sit here today and I look at these graduates, I see beautiful and handsome and intelligent and audacious and incredible and awesome and amazing and enthusiastic and students that are destined to change the world. As I look into this audience, I can't help but be so excited and so hopeful on the inside because these young men and women are getting ready to change the world. They're getting ready to. In essence, when you think about education and you think about the students that drop out every single year, in this room today are future teachers that are going to change the world. When you think about inequality and racism and injustice, in this room today are future leaders that are going to change the world. When you think about people that battle depression and suicide, in this room today are future counselors and motivational speakers that are going to change the world. When you think about third world countries and people dying of diseases, in this room today are future doctors and nurses that are going to change the world. When you think of some of the challenges that many of our communities are facing all across the country and even in the world, in this room are future mayors and politicians that are going to change the world. When you think about children that grew up without a father, that grew up without a mother, in this room today are future leaders and mentors that are going to change the world. When you think about homelessness and people that don't have anywhere to sleep and don't have any food to eat, in this room are future preachers and nonprofit leaders that are going to change the world. In essence, what we are looking at and what we are celebrating today are educated men and women that have not only positioned themselves for a positive future, but they have began the journey towards becoming a leader that's going to change their community, their nation, and their world. And I'm excited about it. I don't know about you. Can we give them a round of applause one more time? Yeah. And so, now I'm getting pumped up. And so, my goal today is really simple for the graduates. What I'm getting ready to do is I'm not only here to celebrate with you, I'm not only here to congratulate you on your wonderful accomplishment, but I want to give you 11 words of wisdom that I believe will empower you for success throughout your journey and your next level in life. Number one, the first word of wisdom comes from Mark Twain, and he said, the two most important days of your life is the day you were born and the day you discover why. Because he understands that as human beings, one of the first things we have to do is discover our purpose in life and discover why we are here. And my challenge to each of you is to discover your purpose. Discover why you're here. Discover, as I like to say, the passionate reason why things matter to you, and go out there and change the world. The second word of wisdom comes from Dr. King, where he says that anyone can obtain greatness because greatness is attained in service. Because he understands that you may not be the richest, you may not be the most famous, you may not be the most popular. As a matter of fact, no one may ever know your name. But that doesn't mean you can't attain greatness, because greatness is attained in service. It's attained in helping people. It's attained in making others better. It's attained in transforming lives. And you can do that right in your kitchen or right in your living room one wonderful night. Third word of wisdom comes from Mahatma Gandhi, where he says, be the change you wish to see in the world. Because he understands you cannot create change or you cannot become successful until you first see what it looks like. I often say you will only go as far as what you can see, which means if I'm going to be successful, if you're going to make an impact, you got to have a vision and a picture of your future. So when you walk out of here today, create that vision board, create that vision, dream big, dream large, and believe that you will actually do more than you can even imagine. The fourth word of wisdom comes from Les Brown, where he says, show me your friends and I'll show you your future. Because he understands that your friends are a picture of where you're going in the future. Therefore, as a student, as a leader, I need to choose my friends wisely. I got to network effectively. I got to connect with the right people in order to become the person that I was destined to be. In essence, I can't be around haters, naysayers, pessimistic kind of people. What I need to be around people that encourage me, that believe in me, that support me, that want the best for me. Watch this, that don't tolerate me, they celebrate me. Word of wisdom number 5 comes from Cornel West, where he says, and I quote, he says, if you don't love the people, you can't lead the people. Because he understands that love not only overcomes all, but it's through our love for others that we make an impact. It's through our love for our passions that we achieve our dreams. It's the love on the inside of sacrifice, patience, forgiveness, and generosity that we can overcome anything in the world. Which is one of the reasons why many of you look at your parents as heroes, because your parents have given you a picture of what it means to love someone unconditionally. I like to use the word the agape love. Being an agape love kind of person, being an agape love kind of leader, being an agape love kind of family member. Live and lead in love. The sixth word of wisdom comes from a friend of mine by the name of Noel Jones. He says that every time a child is born, they are a solution to a problem in the world. Because he understood that you were born not to be the problem, you were born to be a solution to a problem. In this world today, there's several problems, there's several challenges, and there's several issues that are going on. And they will not be solved until you first look within and discover what solution am I going to be in the world today. So this is the question for you. What are you going to solve? What are you going to change? What are you going to make better for future generations? Because that's why you were born. You were born to solve a problem in the world so that future generations can benefit off the solution that you brought into our community, our nation, and our world. Seventh word of wisdom comes from Ken Blanchard. He says, and I quote, he says, humility is when you focus more on the task and the people you serve as a leader versus yourself. Jim Collins says, and I quote in his book, From Good to Great, he says, humility is one of the qualities of a top 5 leader, because he understands that as human beings, we must always be humble. We must always walk in humility. We must always understand it's not about me, but what it's about is doing what I've been purposed to do, and it's about serving the people I've been called to serve as a leader. And if you stay focused on your task, if you stay focused on the people you're supposed to serve, not only will you change the world, but I promise you, you will attain the greatness on the inside. If you agree, say, oh yeah. The eighth word of wisdom comes from a man under the businessman, and he says, and I quote, he says, excellence is not a destination, it's an ongoing process. Because he understands that none of us are perfect, none of us will ever be perfect, but we can always give 110%. We can always grow, we can always progress, we can always be lifelong learners, we can always give 110% in everything that we do. So my challenge to you is this: don't just be a regular person, be an excellent person. Be someone that wants to get better. Be someone that wants to grow. Be someone that wants to progress. Be someone that wants to challenge yourself to do more than you could have ever imagined. And in doing that, I promise you that excellence will be expressed in your life. Word of wisdom number 9 comes from the CEO of Starbucks, Howard Schultz, and he says, and I quote, he says, without character, nothing else matters. Because he understands you can be gifted, you can dress good, you can look good, you can smell good, you can dance good, but he understands if you don't have integrity, if you don't have trustworthiness, if you don't have compassion, if people can't trust you, none of that will matter at all. Because what the world is looking for, they're looking for people that are honest, they're looking for people that have integrity, they're looking for people that are competent, people that know how to get the job done, people that believe in fairness, people that believe in equality. Our world is in desperate need of some people that are willing to live at an exceptional character. The 10th word of wisdom comes from Oprah. And she says, every day I wake up, I just give thanks. Because she understands that the beginning of peace, the beginning of joy, the beginning of happiness, the beginning of abundance is being thankful for what you have. So no matter what you face in life, no matter if you're not at your dream yet, no matter what life throws at you, always be thankful for the little things. Be thankful that you can breathe. Be thankful that you woke up this morning. Be thankful that you can walk. Be thankful that your bills are paid. Be thankful that you have friends. Be thankful that you have family. Be thankful that you have a degree. Always give thanks for the little things, and the abundance will come out of that. And the 11th word of wisdom comes from Lou Holtz. And he says, and I quote, he says, 10% of challenges is what happens, and 90% is how you react. Because he understands that we're all going to face challenges, we're all going to face obstacles, we're all going to face haters, we're all going to want to throw in the towel, we're all going to want to give up, we're all going to be like, I can't do this anymore. But understand that is one of the greatest places to be, because when you're at rock bottom, that resilience begins begins to build in you. It's at rock bottom where you begin to learn about how strong you really are. It's at rock bottom where it's a precursor to your greatest opportunity ever. I often tell people the greater the challenge, the greater the opportunity. I often tell people when everything is coming against you, don't sit there and start boo-hooing and getting mad. Start celebrating, because that means you're getting ready to come into something good, because the challenge wouldn't be so great if you weren't coming into something good. Therefore, when I face the challenge, I don't focus on the challenge, I focus on the opportunity. I focus on the lesson. I focus on the open door. I focus on the ability to get stronger. I focus on the knowledge. I focus on what I'm going to become by going through this challenge, because we know in basketball, we know in football, we know in baseball, we know in soccer, we know in lacrosse, we know in volleyball, we know in tennis, that before you are a champion, you got to endure some challenges. And lastly, as I get ready to close out with these 11 words of wisdom, I'm going to ask really quickly if all the families could just stand on their feet, because what we're getting ready to do is we're getting ready to celebrate the incredible graduates in this room. And I think it's only right that if we could stand up and not only celebrate them for what they've done today, but celebrate them for what is getting ready to come in the future. Can we give them a big round of applause? Yeah. And yeah. And my final words to each of you in here today, as my preacher would say, my pastor, I pray the blessing on each of you. I pray the favor of God on each of you. I hope that open doors and opportunities come to your life immediately. And I pray that you see more done in your life than you could have ever imagined. God bless America, and thank you all so much.
Well, I'm going to guess there's not a person in this room that envies me having to go back up and speak after that. I would point out that Mr. Fredenburg was selected by this student body to do the presentation at their commencement, and I congratulate all of you, as I do him, on a fabulous choice and a wonderful speech. Thank you. I do, however, still have to do a little bit of talking, but this is the fun part, because we get to spend some time paying attention